It's about a 3-inch limb. We'll see what it does. That didn't take very long. CRKT's Kangee T Hawk. No trouble at all. Destroying a mesquite tree. Hello YouTubers, this is Mer171. Today I'm bringing you the Columbia River Knife and Tool Company's Kangee T Hawk. Basically, it's CRKT's tomahawk. So anyway, I have opened it already just to play with it, but you know, I put it back in the box so that y'all would be able to see what it looks like when it's in the store, I guess. Comes with a shoulder strap and the retention holder to, you know, wear the shoulder strap with. But anyway, let's get into it. Oh, there it is. There's the bad boy itself. And you can see that they list its features. I'll zoom in for you guys. Or gals. But it's comes with a MOLLE compatible sheath, and of course I already mentioned the shoulder strap, and the tomahawk itself. You see that it's got a retention on the sheath. Comes with the sheath. There it is. And for those of you who are specification happy, here's the specifications. They put it on the box. I really like it when they do things like that, because then you don't have to stop what you're doing, get on, you know, your phone and look it up on the internet to see whether or not it's made well or anything. This one is made in Taiwan, though of course the box says it's printed in the US of A. So there you go. Now let's get into the tomahawk, and we're going to open it up, get it out of the MOLLE compatible sheath without hurting ourselves, hopefully. There we go. Pulls right out. And of course, if you want a closer look at the sheath, there it is. Alright, now I'm going to put this in some action here in a little bit, and I believe y'all have seen some on the intro of the video. But this is it. This is the bad boy itself. It says it right there on the Hawk that it's SK5 carbon steel. So I don't know that much about this particular steel, but you know, it is it's what they recommend to put in there. Of course, they got together on this project with RJ designer, who make some very high-end tomahawks, pretty nice stuff. You can see a few of their demo videos too, but this is the guy. This is a glass nylon filled handle. Notice that it is full tang all the way down to the bottom for lanyards. It's got some holes in here if you want to mount it in. Of course, you're able to choke up or double hand it if you need to. Did I not zoom out yet? Ah, there we go. But you're able to put both hands on it if you need to. See the top edge for planing if you need to plane on something. It is edged on the bottom of the Hawk, so if you did hit it into something and had to pull it out, it'll cut its way back out. You'll see that that's used a lot of times. People put that on car hoods and hit it, and then they'll start can opening a car hood. That's how they're doing it, with that edge on the bottom of the axe head. Of course, this one is the one with the spike. They make a model that does not have the spike on it, but you know, if I needed a blunt head back to a tomahawk, I'd have got a hatchet, I guess. I like a tomahawk with spike. It's just one more option you've got, one more thing you can use to puncture or something. I mean, if you had to open a can of soup or something out in the field and you were like, man, I wish I had something that I could poke through there. Now, of course, your knife could do that, but you could use that thing. Poke a hole right in there, pour out some soup or something. But anyway, like I said, it is full tang, and I really wouldn't. They make a lot of nylon handled tomahawks these days. I can't speak for their quality. I'm not a tomahawk expert under any means. I'm actually just starting to get into tomahawks, more so than I ever have been. So, but I don't want a nylon handle. I want a full tang. I like a single slab of steel for impact weapons. Now, it didn't come too sharp, but you really wouldn't want these that sharp because it is an impact weapon. You're not supposed to be shaving with your tomahawk, and if it's got too aggressive an angle to make it that sharp, when you start beating it into things, it'll dull too fast. So you want a less aggressive edge, and this has a less aggressive edge, though sharp enough. I have cut my finger with it before the last time I was messing with it when I bought it. And but anyway, balance is pretty good on this guy. It balances pretty much right there. See that? So it's not too bad a balance. Very wieldy. You can get a lot of momentum with it. Of course, the stats were on there. You can rewind if you'd like to see those for its overall length. But, you know, it weighs 3.6 ounces and it feels good at 3.6 ounces. It feels solid. And I like that. I'm going to put it to the test. I want to see if it's worth what they cost. I want to say the retail on these guys is, God, if memory serves, it's like $170, $180. I'll write it on the screen if it's different than that. But it's nice. It's solid. It's got a good feel, good traction on your hand. I'm probably going to, try to put some paracord on it somewhere, just because I like to put paracord on everything, just in case you ever need it, you got it. And so there you go. And I guess I'm going to put it into some more action, so here it comes. Alright, this is a pressure treated 4x4, basically your average privacy fence post. See that I haven't done anything to it. But I'm going to put it on my workbench. I'm going to hit it and see what this guy can do just for spike end. So here we go. There we go. That looks, that's some pretty good penetration. You can see how deep it is. It definitely got past here. It looks like it went up to about right here. Alright. See the damage on the wood. We'll do it again. Of course, we hit it harder that time, and of course it went deeper that time. You can clearly see that it's getting up past just the edge of the spike and into the actual core of the metal itself. It's pretty easy to pull out. Sharp edges make it pretty easy. We'll see what we can do with the actual axe. Well, I'm not sure that this really... But it's definitely cutting it. Pretty solid feel. Now I am going to do something with it that I wouldn't recommend, so please don't follow me in this act. But I'm going to take this $8 machete I used in a previous video. You may remember it when I was comparing the machetes. And you can see that I straightened it out a little bit. It's still crooked as hell, but it's better than it was. But I've been looking for something I might want to do with it. And I'm going to compare this 1/8 inch thick piece of machete to this 0.23 inch thick better metal tomahawk. Now why is this relevant? Well, I'll tell you. Most people know what the $8 machete is like. Not as many people have picked up the tomahawk to feel what it's like. So we're just going to see what it does to the $8 machete. Here we go. And again, don't try this at home. Alright. See what we got. We have some denting on the blade of the tomahawk. We've got a tremendous cutting into the blade of the machete. That's interesting. See what this does. Get that on the camera. I don't know if you can see that. It's poking moderate holes through it. See if we can't get it just a little bit more into there. Y'all see that? Whoa. Definitely has no trouble with wood. Now I will say, I don't know what the occasion is that you would take one of these in real life and just decide to hit it into a piece of hardened steel. Now I'm not really calling this your greatest steel, but they do call it on the box, and I quote, or I won't quote, but they say it's a durable plastic handle and a forged steel blade. Let's see what it does to the handle. It's the handle. Ooh, this thing's getting pretty jagged. See what happens. Alright, definitely didn't have any problem with a durable plastic handle, as they say. I didn't really expect it not to. In fact, you can see it went through the handle and right into the slab of machete. So, interesting. I wasn't very impressed with this. If y'all remember, it bent. I mean, it bent over forward when we were messing with it, when we were doing the chopping test. I mean, the lateral bend, that wasn't necessarily its fault. I would expect it to be more springy, though. But it bent over forward. I actually had to pound it back to being, you know, straight across here. So, it's of course bent again now due to the fact we've been hitting it with the damn spike. But anyway, this is Mer 171. I just wanted to pound on this thing, see what its steel does to other steel. Alright, this is Mer 171. My final thoughts on the CRKT Kangee T Hawk. Basically, it eats trees. It eats wood. I mean, you've seen me hit it into several things now. It just ate right through all of them. No problem. The machete, the hardened steel machete, that took a lot more effort. It penetrated with the spike, but it didn't just penetrate, you know, like it was butter or anything. But it was hardened steel. Of course, the edge-to-edge strikes, I was expecting a little bit of damage from that, because that's the narrowest point of the steel. Meaning the narrowest point of the steel, you're gonna have some issues with it. Like, it took a little dent right about, see if I can't get it, right about there. You can see it. But you know, it sharpened right out. It easily planes. You could easily construct survival tools, hunting equipment, a walking stick with one of these guys very comfortably. I mean, it just goes right on through wood, so you can make a pretty good walking stick if you were out in the bush, or if you need to make a shelter, you make, you know, shelter out of 4-inch, 5-inch thick limbs very comfortably with this. It doesn't care at all about going through it. It takes about 30 to 40 seconds to go through a 4 or 5-inch limb, diameter limb. So it's for the money, I don't see how it's not just the top one on the market. I mean, I know it's new, but I'm not a big fan of the nylon jobs. I'm just not big on the plastic handles. I like a full tang. This guy's got a full tang. It's one of the biggest selling points on it for me. It's easy to choke up on if you need better control. You can two-hand it very comfortably. It's a beast. I mean, this is an aluminum ladder. We'll see. I mean, it pops holes right in the aluminum ladder if I get the aluminum ladder quit walking off on me. I mean, right there, you can see it on the other side. It has no problem at all going through aluminum. If you had to open up a car hood or a car ceiling, most of those are made out of aluminum or fiberglass, this thing would go through it like it was nothing. I mean, it is some kind of hard. You can see that even the blade went through it, the axe head went through it right there on the tip. And that's a wide surface, so I mean, that's a big cutting deal. But you can tell it just eats holes in the aluminum ladder, and it eats up wood. So under any normal bushcraft activities, this guy should just be able to just destroy. I would call it essential for the money. I don't think it can be beat. I may be wrong. I'm just getting in the tomahawk game, but it's a beast. Weight it right for throwing. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to throw it. I haven't got much experience with that. But this is Mer 171, putting the CRKT Kangee T Hawk right into action, seeing what it could do, and I'm not disappointed. Some kind of tough, some kind of tough. Well, anyway, this is Mer171 signing off. Please subscribe. I'll keep the videos coming. Like I said, I want to compare it to the Swamp Rat line and the RMJ line, but they got a big waiting list, so it's going to take some time. Anyway, signing off. Please subscribe.